Yo, what's up guys, welcome back. So, new Brandon support, Despia support, Albaz support. So let's take a look. It took me a while, simply because this deck is, it's hard to play, Jesus. Because I've never played, well, I've played Despia or Albaz, but that was way back in the beginning, so it wasn't that hard. But now, there are so many decision trees, there are some standard routes, some standard plays you can do, but it's still... the combos are super dependent, are heavily dependent by the interruptions. It's, you know, you can't compare this to super easy Sword Soul deck, for example, right? You know, it depends on, do you have Bestials, yes or no? Does your opponent have Bestials, yes or no? Do you open Brandon Fusion, yes or no? Do you have access to a Luber, yes or no? So it changes so much. So this is one... you know, like literally the first one, just testing out what can we do with the you know, the most random hand we can have, and it's actually quite good. Brandon Fusion, opening Brandon Fusion, having access to a Luber, right, and any Bestial, Magnamut obviously would be the best, plus the continuous spell, this one, forgot its name, you know, the one that searches the Cartesia or something like that. I think this is fairly standard, eventually, you know, getting Lubellion from the graveyard to the field that searches your Brandon Trap, you know, the one that pops a card during both players' turns. That's so important because during the end phase you can get back a continuous, what is it, Branded Spell, for example, and then you can get back, what is it, Rebranded, I think, the one that lets you draw once per turn, right, when, like, you banish a card. You know what I mean. The one in the extra monster zone is actually one of the new ones. It's the card is fantastic. It kind of cheats out one of your Albaz synchros, or Brandon's one of the new ones, the level 12 one. You will see it in a couple of moments by simply banishing itself from either the field or from the graveyard. So ideally, going for what is the new Bestial one, the one in our next set, Baldrake. Yeah, that's the name, I think. Not sure the TCG will get the same one, but, like, you know, negate an opponent's extra deck summon, tribute your new level 8 synchro or fusion, by the way, and then, you know, banish it from the graveyard, etc, etc. So, you know, it snowballs really fast, and that's the thing with, like, the deck changed so much compared to the beginning, right? Like Mirror Jade Pass is now Mirror Jade plus, depending on, you know, how many interactions, extenders, whatever, plus 4, plus 5 during the end phase, and that's crazy stuff, simply because you have so many interruptions during your opponent's turn. So this turn, this opening turn, is actually not that hard for the deck, simply because most cards are 3, everything searches each other, you have so many extenders, and again, it somewhat depends if your opponent is playing Bestials as well. You have to play around Bestials. If your opponent is negating the Eluber with Impermanence, does your opponent have Ash Blossom? But let's face it, in today's format, Ash Blossom is, you know, nowhere to be seen, right? But again, that might change. I do negate Shifter with the Hand Trap, right? Mercurier, I believe the name is, yeah. So it's in the graveyard, again, waiting to be banished by one of the Bestials. And yeah, now it's just anticipate everything from the opponent. You have so many interruptions. Like, is it regained? I think so, the continuous spell, Reborn Magnamut Surge during the end phase, get a Baldrake on field, you know, potentially negate any extra deck summon from the opponent, using the, is it the counter trap? Yeah, get back or send back 2 fusions from my graveyard deck to the extra deck, negate like a summon, and this is all cool. So there is the extra deck summon, which again will just be, you know, destroyed, negated, destroyed, sent to the graveyard, whatever, by Baldrake, and then it's just my turn again, end phase, get those multiple pluses. And that's the thing, right? Because Brandon Fusion is, for us TCG players, still at 3. Opening or you know, having access to Brandon Fusion turn 1, you can easily search out another one during the next turn. You know, set up your combos for next turn. So another example again, not, are these, did I have, yeah, you know, trying to force out some Bestials, I guess. I think that was my reasoning to go for the new level 8 fusion. Again, that one that kind of cheats out the bigger synchro, right? Lulu, what is the name? I forgot her name, but you know which one I mean, the level 12 one, which is also fantastic, by the way. Definitely a one of in the extra deck. So again, very similar to, you know, previous duels, Mirror Jade, you know, interruption. You have a potential extra deck monster negation, because, you know, I can potentially tag out with the fusion. The trap pops something. I have Druid's Worm. That's the thing. Am I searching either Druid's Worm here with Magnamut or the Baldrake, the new one? I guess Druid's Worm depends on the matchup. you know, Druid's Worm banishing something, just pop it with your, you know, Brandon Trap to pop something from the opponent, plus Brandon Trap also pop something. So it somewhat depends on the matchup, right? But again, I have more negations coming. Cartesia is definitely a staple for the deck now, because again, Tuner plus on field, she has the effect to fusion summon. Again, the new one. What's the name? Like, I'm not too familiar with all the names, but I know the effects. Again, the new one, you know, again, the one that kind of cheats out the new synchro, as you saw here, but by banishing itself. So this is all cool. Again, end phase, getting those pluses right, setting the fusion. You have so many decision routes, so many decision trees you have to make. Is your opponent, at least, does he have the Bestial? Maybe you can, you know, test out the waters. Do they have the Bestial? Are they responding with their Bestial to your Bestial? If not, I guess you can go freely for Brandon Fusion. Do they have Ash? Yes or no? So the thing is that this deck is superb if no one is playing Ash. But again, that might change by the time you're getting these cards. Or who knows? Like, I think Brandon Fusion is at 1, right? In the OCG? I think so. So, like, again, this looks mind-blowing, no? And the thing is that, you know, the Bestial engine is so clutch here in this deck. Okay, so let's see. Double interruption, I think. Yeah, there's one Magnamut as well. So let's test the waters. Is there a Bestial from the opponent? There is. Okay, so I need to act accordingly. Is there maybe a second one or an Ash Blossom? There isn't. Okay, so we can establish our board. I guess almost very similar, the same combo. So Mirror Jade is there. Oh, okay. I was thinking of maybe not playing a Polarization package, but I think because of this, you know, it gives the deck more discards, more fusion summons potentially, plus a potential Chimera play as well. I think it's still needed. You know, the discard cards, they help out as well, right? So go for the, what is it called? The Lenatus. I guess it's just there as an extra target to send to the graveyard for another search. Or maybe against super dragon heavy decks, it might have its place. So again, the opponent summons a monster. I think this is still during the end phase, no? Yeah, so I can keep drop my monsters. Oh, sweet. Magnamut again, because again, it's a free search plus a free big beat stick on board. So Beaver is summoned. That will get negated by Retribution. Is that the name? No, the counter trap. So this is all fine. Drop Druid's Worm for more interruptions. Again, I don't want to give Sprite the level 2 on board to potentially start dropping, you know, the sprites from hand. Dark Rule is useless. Alright, Mirror Jade has already used its effect previous turn, so I can't, or at least I wasn't able to use it this turn. So no Dark Rule, I guess, could make sense. So here, drop Chimera off, was it the Polarization? So, what is it, pop 1, 2? At least draw 2, crazy stuff. Pop the Smashes, this is also one of the new ones, Despia, it reborns or special summons one of your banished light and darks, I think. It's okay, it could potentially negate like Nibiru, but you need to send a banished card from your opponent's banished pile back to his deck. Then it negates the monster effect, I think it's something like that. It's an okayish card, but that's the huge thing, is that as soon as you use, I believe it's Brandon Fusion and Call, I think, the quick play spell, that locks you into fusion summons for that turn. So it's quite of a, you know, it's a bit iffy. Do you really want to, you know, main deck these synchros? I think you do. The level 12 definitely, because it's a free special summon off of your new level 8. But I'm not so sure about this path, the level 10 Bestial synchro. Last example, I think, again, this is just me, you know, testing out the water, see what I can do, potentially with interruptions, yes or no. So again, a very similar opening board. I still like Allure, just a 2-off. It's, you know, somewhat difficult sometimes to banish the dark monster from your hand, but I mean, it gives you draw engine, so I guess it's kind of needed. Potentially digging for Brandon Fusion or something like that. So again, the standard opening board. You know, Albion into, what is it? Is it Lubellion, I think? Yeah, indeed, Lubellion, you know, sending stuff back. Going for Mirror Jade, we know the combos by now, right, guys? Going for the new one. Again, potentially banishing itself to go for the synchro. Again, multiple interruptions, still go for, put my opponent under Masquerade as well. You know, just 3 life points or some burn damage definitely helps out. Already have Druid's Worm, so Surge the Baldrake, I believe, or was it the other way around? But again, end phase, getting back all those cards, so sick. Brandon Fusion sending Cartesia to the graveyard is also so ridiculous. Getting back to the end phase, that seems so unfair. But the deck is easily stopped, by the way, on the other hand. And that's the thing, right? Ash Blossom, well-timed Bestial maybe, but the deck has so many tools now with these new cards. I guess this is an early Branded in red to go for Chimera, but maybe there were better plays, you know, just destroy Cat, I guess. You know, keep the potential Branded in red for later, you know, with Chimera drawing multiple cards. Mercurier, I believe, yeah, Mercurier was drawn here because of the draws, I think, yeah, draw 2. I searched Fallen of Albaz, I think, with a continuous spell. Yeah, that was scaling 4. And again, that's the thing with the deck, right? If your opponent is playing like a heavy monster-based deck that has the capability to special summon themselves to the field, there are so many cards, so many ways to destroy that or prevent that, etc. with this deck. So that's so kind of feels borderline unfair. But I mean, it is what it is. So this is still this is the game, right? Yeah, this is more than enough. So this is the current Decklist, right? You'll see it in a couple of moments, but like, suggestions are definitely welcome. My apologies for the mistakes, but again, I picked up the deck today. Again, give me a break. Ah, yes. But again, all feedback, all suggestions are definitely welcome. Okay, guys, that's it. Thanks for watching. Feel free to leave a comment or like if you enjoyed the video. Liam signing out. Peace.